Hi guys, so yeah, this happened. A little background before I get any further. We live in a manufactured home. So if you're not familiar, a manufactured home is up on blocks. So there is a gap between the bottom of the house and the ground. There is what's called skirting. So this plastic skirting goes around the house so you cannot easily see the underbelly of the house and that crawl space. If you've seen manufactured homes and you've seen the blocks underneath them, it's just because they don't have that skirting. We do at this time. So what happened was we had the pest control guy come by, and it is a service. This is a routine service that I knew we would need when we moved back out to the country, because I was like, yeah, we're going to be out in the country and there's bugs. So we had the pest control guy come by, and it was time for our 1 year inspection. And that's where they do kind of an in-depth walk around, and they look underneath the house to see if there's any issues happening underneath the house. He got underneath the house, and what he saw is this black lining, and it's called the underbelly lining, had two massive bulges in it. And he was able to determine immediately that it had water in there. And so what ended up happening was, one, he could no longer proceed with his inspection because obviously it looked like it was going to burst at any moment. Two, we had no idea that was there. We had no idea. So we sliced it with a knife and drained the water. There was an epic amount of water in there. And what we could see is this. And I freaked out. What the heck happened to our pipes? The insulation underneath there was wet. You can see that the pink around the pipe, that is the insulation. They had kind of pilfered in it or whatever happened. But you can see the little teeth marks around the edges of the damage. That, along with excrement that we found in the area, made us conclude that we have a rat issue. Now, if you look at the damage, this is not a mouse issue. This is a rat issue. Something big is chewing on these pipes. And I, being from the city, I had not run into this before. I had no idea that a rat could cause this kind of damage. If you already are in the country and you've encountered something like this before, please leave me a comment. Let me know, how did you deal with it? What kind of damage did they cause? And what are you doing to prevent it moving forward? We are in the middle of a pretty epic drought. And where these pipes are is where the bathtubs drain out. And so what we can figure is that it was so dry, they were looking for some fresh water. And they got in our underbelly through these access panels that are conveniently there to access the pipes. So yeah, they were using it for what it was supposed to be for. And they got in there and they chewed legit through the dang pipe. I can tell you that if I had known rats were such a big issue when I made this video about the things I wish I knew before I moved out of the city to the country, I would have added that in there, the rodent situation. I really just had no idea a rat, a big rat, like it must be the size of a small dog. I can't even imagine how big this rat is. I'm so glad that Jerry has a little bit of background and knows how to fix pipes, because he was able to cut those sections out like with precision basically, and we were able to find replacement pipe at our local Lowe's along with fittings. And now I did do some research and I found that rats, it's harder for rats to cause that kind of chewing damage if there is a copper or a steel wire around the pipe. We looked at our local Lowe's and we were not able to find anything other. So I got on Amazon and we were able to find this copper mesh. It is wire, but it is very much a kind of a netting. And what we ended up doing was wrapping the pipes in this. I will leave a link in the description in case you were not able to find this in your area as an Amazon associate. I do earn from qualifying purchases. So that link is an affiliate link. So I will leave that there in case you don't have this in your area, just like we didn't. And then we duct tape the heck out of that. It's been about a month and this is actually holding up really well. I can tell you on top of that, we are using rat poison. And I know that some people may not feel great about that. We do have the skirting. Our dog cannot access the rat poison. I did put it up under the house again, so no other animals can get up in there. And luckily, we have not seen any signs that they have penetrated the inside of the house. So this is just something, but we've got wires and pipes and insulation underneath there. So I'm not taking any chances. And yes, I'm going to use rat poison. I mean, at this point, we are looking into getting some rat bait stations as well. It's game on. It's game on. You can consider it, human versus rat war at my house.